Hey guys, what's going on? Hey guys, what's going on? Hey guys, what's going on? Mute this. Right. Let's talk a little bit about what's been going on in the world the last 24, 48 hours, ballpark area. I threw up some feeds from one of my blast streams on here just to have a little background in there so we can talk about a little bit of EFT stuff. But I mostly want to focus on Gray Zone. I had an absolute blast in the alpha testing. Quick shout out. If you guys aren't following GZW Intel on TikTok, you're missing out. He was a fantastic author. Great dude. I know him a lot. Everybody involved in that too. I think Glad Dog is streaming at the moment if you want to tune into him too. And also take a look at Final Patch. These are some awesome friends that have recently made. Guys, this is a mini stream. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff going on Twitter/X. A lot of things going on TikTok. I've got a couple messages from a bunch of my personal friends in Discord. All kinds of weird shit going on with Escape from Tarkov. So I wrote a couple things. I wanted to read through it. I don't know how much this, I don't really have much viewer reach, but I tend to go unheard. Some of the fun things that I saw came out from people nicknaming the new bit of downloadable content that Tarkov had put out. They called their new special package the EFT Unhinged Edition. EFT Most Expensive Game to Date Edition. The RMT Edition. Unreasonable Edition. Going Out of Business Edition. The Unemployment Edition. Unheard Anti-Cheat Edition. Class Action Lawsuit Edition. That's a crazy one. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not really endorsing any of these, but they are kind of some fun names just to watch and read about. Battle Fraud Games Edition. No Refund Edition. That one's actually kind of funny. The Big Pocket Edition. A couple other memes. Player name updates. I've seen Big Pockets. I've seen Shoulda Offlined. Don't Check Pocket. I'm Not Questing. And Shoulda Played SPT. That was my favorite name that was discovered out of the general mix. A couple of memes. Streamer's hiding his pockets. He's got an overlay. Don't kill me, I have small pockets. Some of those. The Nikita 401k edition. No Money Left Behind edition. Some of these are hilarious, man. Yesterday I was kind of on the fence watching from the sidelines, I like this game, but I play with friends, guys. If they end up buying it and playing offline and doing the PvE only thing, I'd probably be forced to pull the trigger on it too. I mean, if EFT is going pay to win, win in Rome, right? I'm gonna wait on the sidelines. Either which way you spin it, it doesn't feel good. It feels shiesty as fuck. We'll probably be low-key forced to purchase the new edition, but if our friends all have it and out of principle we don't buy, there's an issue. The new knife, there's been a little bit more news that's come out about, is it the $6 Unity asset or not? I've seen some comparisons on the 3D stuff. I'm not buying it. I think they bought the $6 asset and called it something cool. I mean, to be fair, I've spent like something, I don't know, I think $220 at this point to these guys. let's see, what did I buy? Had some notes handy for these, but they were in Discord, so I'm losing track of some of them. Let me find them really quick. I mean, all right, so when I first started EFT, I quickly jumped into EOD, right? Benefits were nice, and I was supporting the project. Stash expansion came out. I supported that. I bought the stash. And, you know, I figured they needed a cash injection, but holy fuck, that was nutballs what they pulled yesterday. I know you guys are probably tuning in, wanting to check out some stuff on Gray Zone. Enjoy the background gameplay that I had during my alpha test. But here in a second, I'm going to put on screen some of the notes that came out from yesterday's CEO talk. I wasn't able to go to that. I actually manage a baseball team and in a baseball league when I'm away from my computer. So we'll take a look at these, and I don't know much about what came out of the Gray Zone chit chatter. That's why we're doing the kind of the mini stream today. Feel free to participate, by the way. I love chatting with you guys in the chat. Let's see. Let's take a look at window capture I've got. We can look at the notes and go through them. I haven't looked at them myself. I've got some notes on them, but see what they have to say. First and foremost, I love the fact that they released that the desktop wallpaper. If you take a look at the magazines in the wallpaper, it's really interesting if you realize that the magazine is upside down. It's labeled 08, and one of the other magazines is noted 30, so for 8/30. Basically, if you put your tinfoil hat on, you're talking end of August. I have it on really good authority from GZW Intel that they're going to be announcing something major on Monday. It might be a release. It might be a closed beta. It might be an open beta. I really don't know. I do think it would be insane if these companies did not jump on the opportunity that BSG has provided everybody all of a sudden to really hype their stuff up. I mean, it's open season on Tarkov. I mean, these games might not be the Tarkov killers, but maybe BSG is the Tarkov killer, and the other dev studios might be able to capitalize on some of that. That's what I really think, at least. Let's see, you know, and some notes on the Tarkov boycott. We've already gone over a lot of that stuff. You know, ABI is hardcore pushing to their audiences what keys might potentially be floating out. Super duper cool stuff. But to go over the, let me actually make these notes a little bit larger so y'all can kind of follow along with me. I just closed it, didn't I? Let's see. I'm gonna lock those so I don't mess them up. So let's take a look at the notes. I haven't read them yet. All right, Gray Zone Live Warfare. I didn't take these notes. Somebody else provided them to me. But they're saying only 20% of the game is done. Wow. Okay. You know, as I was playing, you know, everything that was in the game was focused on keeping the operator in the game. Everything that I looked at was like either keys, ammo, food, bev, weapons, whatnot. There wasn't any like picking up a Coke can, you can sell it a little bit later to the traders and get paid or anything like that. So when I was going through like a bang bang down in one of the the military bases or something, really what I was looking for is either my mission quest items or to slay bad guys or PMCs. So my hope is here pretty quick. You know, I hate comparing so much back to EFT, but frankly, we all have so much muscle memory and so much love for the game until 2 days ago. But yeah, the AI of the game is a placeholder at the moment. You know, I agree with that. Frankly, the AI was kind of dumb. The AI that was in place was more akin to what I expected to see out of like the DayZ's Zeds. You know, there wasn't a lot of smarts behind what they were doing. They wouldn't engage me appropriately. Granted, you know, they were lethal whenever they needed to be, right? If I fucked up or didn't clear my corners or did something weird. Um, but it had that very DayZ AI-esque. Yeah. When I was fighting the Zeds, or aka the AI, the only way I can explain this is if you've played FPSs a lot. Whenever you would engage something, you can kind of almost tell if it had a brain, if not. And the other part of it is you can always kind of tell how it reacted. Like it felt like I was shooting a glitchy Daisy zombie. I hope that kind of makes sense. I don't have a way to explain it, but it's almost like a lag, but not a lag, And it's not a bullet sponge, but is a bullet sponge. It's kind of got that weird thing generally going on. In these notes, they highlight that a console is on the way. I don't know if they're talking about like clicking tilde when you're in the PC game and being able to do whatever it is, commands that you might need to do in case you're familiar with how to run commands inside of Unreal, or if they're talking about like PlayStations and Xboxes and things. I'm not that type of guy. I sold off all those things a long time ago. I just felt like my computer, I could keep that up to date more often than I can a console. Roadmap. At the end of the day, roadmaps are awesome. I love being able to look at these things and see what's getting ready to come up. That's awesome. Looks like they're forecasting every 6 months. Sweet. Rock on. Patches vary quickly, but 6 months is a big update. All right, cool. So let's just say August 30 with everyone's tinfoil hats is correct. And we're talking August 30 is where we're getting our next huge whatever that's getting ready to happen. Super. But I'm really hoping that we're talking here pretty quick, but a lot of what is in these patch notes are pretty steep requests. We had a lot to pass over to their teams too. It's going to take them a while to implement a lot of that. If they do release anything to the general public within the next week to a month or so, it's probably going to be akin to the replay of what we got last week instead of what we asked for. Give their devs some time to implement that. I'm an engineer myself. In fact, I actually have an engineering meeting I have to go to here pretty soon. But give them a minute to put that in place because there's the right way to do it, the wrong way to do it, and the best way to do it. That's what you want to give them time to do. First update is day-night light cycles. Okay. Oh, another small note on AI changes. I actually took a look at their website to see, what is the capability of their AI developers and engineers and dev teams, and they're expanding in this space drastically. I saw several want to hire AI developers, so they're investing in it financially as well in themselves. They're gonna do a wipe cycle. All right, every 6 months. I'm not a big fan of that, but you know what? If you really kind of sit down and think about how we acquire stuff, at one point you kind of got everything you want in the game. I've always wished there's a way we could figure out how to not do a wipe. I don't like losing all of my progression every 6 months. But it happens, Let's see. Release date, 1 to 2 months away for early access. Huh. Well, I guess there it is, huh? Release date is 1 to 2 months for early access. That's cool. I didn't expect them to put that in there. So maybe that's pretty darn firm. Them announcing something major on Monday, and it might include that date. All right, cool. I dig it. More guns will come. A lot of them. Yes. I want guns. I mean, that's why we play these games, right? If you guys are just now tuning in, hey guys, please, what gun do you want to see inside of Gray Zone Warfare? It'd be really cool. Next update is quality of life changes. All right. Shooting from the heli was originally in the game and removed. It's returning. Okay. All right. I don't know how I feel about that one. While in the helicopter, I could look down and see AI floating around on the ground and doing stuff. Oh, you're against violence. No more guns, tainted. All right, I get you. I get you. That's not like you in any way, shape, or form. But, cool. I don't know how I feel about shooting from the heli. In my real life escapades as an airsofter, I have done a lot of shooting from the helicopter. It was game breaking in real life, you know? Oh, 16. Yeah, it's insane. To be honest, man, I don't have a huge voice in the world, so you categorize me to be a violent person. Nah, man. You're about as chill as it humanly possibly gets. But shooting from the heli in real life is pretty game breaking, at least in like a real life, like an airsoft situation. I'm not a real military guy, so I can't say anything like that. But in airsoft, it's game breaking, and because the airsofters can't shoot back at the real helicopter, right? There's kind of a similar situation, I imagine, for the implementation if they were to roll it out from shooting from the heli. I think where I'd be able to see some middle ground is being able to throw objects from the helicopter. Something that didn't get promoted enough in our alpha tests is the effectiveness of smoke grenades. At one point, our base was being raided, and oh my god, those smoke grenades were awesome. A while back, I made a request to BSG to improve the smoke grenades, and we got it. They increased the effectiveness of them by like 20%. I think that was the number. But I could see smokes being tossed and grenades being tossed from the helis. Maybe not shooting, but that's my 2 cents. Alright, so someone mentioned something like armbands be implemented for the team. Not 100% sure what it is yet, but something small to determine. So occasionally we were wearing multiple different colors of helmets on purpose so we can ID each other a little bit easier. Otherwise you're pulling up the mini map and seeing what was on there, right? I don't work for this game company, no. I work for a different company out of New York. They're saying that the AI that being spongy is fixed. I am going to reserve judgment on that. We'll just see what ends up happening. We had to bring a lot of ammunition into the fields. The aspect of the game where you were choosing to engage or not engage wasn't there. It's hard for me to put too many details into it, but easy AI is fixed. Harder now. All right, yeah, man, make me feel the fucking AI. Make me fear them, bro. All right. Leg meta is not happening in this game. That's awesome. Adding when AI are injured. Adding that they will have less confidence. Okay. All right, less robots. This kind of goes back to the improving the AI stuff, right? And them investing more effort into hiring more devs. You know, I think all this generally is hate on the existing AI. They're going to improve on this, no doubt. AI is going to be able to vault. They already did have some vaulting involved. I did see them. In most cases, they just kind of bugged through the wall. But in some cases, I did see them act like a PMC, an operator did, and they would, you know, climb over the wall. I didn't see the animation. It'd be kind of like they just like pop up and then, you know, they'd kind of do their thing. Implementing faction radio. I'm a huge fan of watching SEAL Team on Amazon. And they have both close range radios as well as long range radios for, you know, reaching back out to the quote unquote Havoc base. Yeah, I'd like to see like a radio frequency thing kind of come out. That's more of like a nerd thing that I'd enjoy. I don't know if it'd be a really game thing, but it'd be kind of cool to see that for real immersion. Real-time quests that pop up randomly, killing PMCs in the area, etc. Okay, you know, similar dailies. Keep us doing stuff that's just not the general rigmarole. I get it. I did catch myself wanting more ways of gaining reputation. I'd only got to about level 8. So that's had me stuck inside of, you know, level 2 traders. They have changed the values of items already. Much more items being added. Okay, dig it, dig it. You cannot change factions during wipe currently. This was a big thing that came out of some of us that just wanted to go in and shoot shit, you know? Unfortunately, I did have one team kill experience. I think his name was Druzy. I got reported for that, and what happens in game is you get a message at the bottom right corner of the screen. It'll tell you, hey, team killing's not cool. Consistently team killing will get you banned from the server. And that only happens like as a negative mark against you whenever someone reports you for team killing, not just automatic it does it. At least that wasn't my experience. There was some team killing that my friends had done. We didn't report each other, of course. It was a complete fluke, but it is what it is. Even the guy that I killed, you know, was a complete fluke, and we chatted about it a little bit later, and it was cool, but it didn't stop him from clicking the button. Weapon modification screen is missing. Yeah, that should come, right? In the plan, a hideout sort of thing, like EFT. These notes are not made by Gray Zone Warfare, Madfinger Games, or anybody else that's official. This is one of the guys that attended the CEO conference with Madfinger Games talking about Warzone. So, you know, a lot of this, there might be some shorthand notes inside of here. I doubt Madfinger Games will ever comment on anything BSG, at least inside of one of their CEO reviews. Owning Spike asked me if this is like a super hyper realistic shooter like Arma, Tarkov. Never heard of Gray Zone. All right. So in the last week or so, several streamers were personally invited by Madfinger Games to play Gray Zone Warfare, and you know, we explored it a little bit. The big question out there is this game like Tarkov? My answer is yes. Everyone's going to have different answers to that, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Yes. Do I think this is a Tarkov killer? Also, yes. I'm not going to get too much more details, though. Weather is coming, rain, storms, etc., etc. Yes, give me all the cool background stuff. You guys have an amazing environment in Gray Zone Warfare. It's tropical, it's colorful, it's really cool. I've never seen a single frog in the game, but the background of them are annoying as fuck, and they should be. I've been in some crazy tropical locations before in my past, and yes, bring on anything environmental beyond just standard AI people. Guard loot is changing. So I'm actually not, I don't like this. When I was playing, it was actually towards the end of the alpha test. The opposing faction was raiding our factions as base. There's no real benefit to doing that other than the lulz. There should be, as sorry, I'm cold. I gotta turn my heater on. But there should be a benefit for raiding someone's base. I'm sure they'll add one. But the only thing that we could say for certain was the fact that when you raided someone else's base and you killed PMCs that are inside of there and also the guards that generally guard it, you could take their loot. Well, the guards dropped top tier awesome loot, and the top tier loot that they were dropping was extremely beneficial for PvP. Most of them had M4s or Mark 18s, same general thing, same caliber, and they drop 855A1. So if I jumped in, realized someone's raiding, what I would do is I'd immediately take all the stuff that's currently on my PMC, stash it, sell it, whatever I do to get rid of it, clear out my inventory because we don't have a huge stash space, guys. And I'd run around and I'd collect all of the guard loot because I know all the opposing PMCs are outside the base at least at the moment. You know, I'm being, you know, situation awareness, but I'd go and I'd collect all of the guard loot and I'd stash that. And then what I did was I equipped some of that stuff and I engaged them in the fight. I was level 8 fighting level 20, 25 dudes because that's about as high as everybody got, really. And I was slapping people. So being able to jump into a PvP fight and be effective, unlike what you can see in EFT when you show up late wipe, that was really, really cool. I don't want guard loop to change. Well, I don't want it to change drastically. If we're gonna be raiding bases, I want to be able to pick up something off of the ground from an AI and immediately be in the fight. You know what I mean? Raiding bases should be hard as fuck, and that is one great way of them doing that. There will not be special enemies, but there will be guards, bosses, raiders, soldiers, snipers. Super. Water will be increased on the map and will affect your health system. Alright. You know, there's a lot of like coffees, juice boxes, whatnot. The loot table is stacked for all of that stuff. I can't comment on the availability of like food and beverage items and stuff. One, because I think once they add like general barter items to the loot table, we're going to be seeing much of this start being more scarce. So I don't really know how to interpret that at the moment. GPS and rangefinders planned in the future. Yeah, when we already have a GPS. If we click our mini map and we see where ourselves are at, no big deal. Rangefinders is planned in the future. That would be a nice feature. But we've kind of also got that in the waypoint system. There's a DayZ technique. If you need a range where somebody's at, you mark a waypoint and you just range off the waypoint. I could see it added for immersion though, because it does break immersion. It's a game thing. Something that would be kind of cool is to be able to mark a waypoint or ping something like you would in Warzone. Alright, next one. The aim is the build of an ultimate game, but put everything that they can do. Build the ultimate game that everyone has wanted for forever. Of course it's everyone's fucking plan. Weapons plan for the future. All with around 50 attachments. Super. Bosses will have special guns. I wonder what that means. Does that mean a tricked out M4? Does that mean a tricked out, you know, BFG fucking 5000? Or does that mean a M4 with a custom coloration skin on it? Please don't fucking put pink guns in the game or anything weird that shows out of Warzone. I want this be milsim and stay milsim. You know what I mean? Yeah, competitions is good sometimes. Pushes both companies to act and do better and sit comfortably. Fuck yeah, let's go. Be the man, only Spike. Trading, black market, and flea market. There is no plan. It will not happen. Here we go. They want the world to be active and changing. LZs, camps. Oh, okay, I'm not going to go to that one yet. So, trading black market. So, we did do some low-tech trading. I believe it was Noise Guy. No. It was, yeah, it was Noise Guy. His name was Jashanka, and he set up Jashanka's candy shop. And what he did is he was one of the first that got to level 3 traders, and he was hawking stuff hard. He would buy scopes for around about $600 because there was only dollars in the game. And then he'd turn around and sell them to whoever was around base at the time and sell them for 6K. So I like that aspect of that method of training. I don't want a formal flea market involved. I think there needs to be a level of trust whenever you're doing things like that. That's how I like for the peer-to-peer trading to kind of go on. It'll also prevent RMT from happening, or at least to an extent. I don't want to breach RMT too terribly much because that's a bucket of worms, you know. The world's gonna be active and changing. LZs and camps are changing every time you join the game. The map might be different. Yep, I think that comes in terms of like PvP and stuff. Dragging people. That's coming later. Occasionally in the game, and whenever we'd get shot and go down, we would not die, you know? We would be like in this coma-like state, and somebody would be able to run up to us, do like this hand gesture thing. It was very robotic. It was weird. But we'd diagnose what was going on, and then we'd be able to use our meds or his meds in his pockets to heal him. Murback says, you know, let's play and finish Tarkov. No, not going back to BSG for a hot minute, bud. Sorry. PvE events will come later. Badass. PvE and PvP is shared progression, unless there's abuse. I don't know how to download that one. Maybe that's they're adding PvP based quests. That might be part of the dynamic quests that start coming in. I think they might be pointing out the fact that there were PvE and PvP servers we could join. I guess that might be where the abuse could maybe sneak out sometimes. That might be it. You camp. The mosquito's audio will become much louder, so it's annoying if you camp. You know, I don't think that's honestly going to deter anybody, but that feature's kind of cool. Please don't make that feature a DLC. Aha. Bodies will go rotten in the world over time. Alright, Daisy thing. I've seen that. You know, it'd be kind of cool is if as the body is rotting and stuff, the frogs and the mosquito noises around those start getting louder and louder and louder, so that it's easier to identify where dead bodies are at. I dig that. You know, kind of like how in Daisy they have birds that fly over, so that you know kind of pick apart decomposing bodies, the way you can see where like the fucking fight's at. There's a lot of stuff hidden in the map. Prove it. Diseases and infections are planned for the jungle. Okay. Alright. I dig. Prices of the game. This is probably what a lot of us are really looking out for. Standard will be $35. Tactical will be $57. The Elite, $79. And Supporters, $100. That's reasonable. You know, Madfinger Games, if you guys are watching this, you know, please don't pull a BSG on us. If you want a cash injection, be honest. Tell us you need money. Put a donation link in the upper right, left corner, whatever of our menus. You know, BSG, you know, I've got like something like 6,000 hours in that particular game. You know, just ask. Be honest. You don't have to buy me with these weird, you know, winning game things or whatever. Thanks, Mara, back for the follow. You know, Aimbot Replayed was asking, is alpha over? It is. It ended last week. I think technically it was end of day Tuesday or Wednesday for me. You don't gotta buy me with these super flaunted, hardcore, badass, whatever, color, doodads, whatever. Just put a fucking donation link into the game. That would be freaking amazing. At its end of the cord, you know, hey G-Kid FBE, thanks bro. Just ask for money if you need it. That's all you need. Upgrades between versions. Okay. Asking for people to spend as much as you can as the servers. Aimbot Replayed, you're badass, man. Thank you. Asking for people to spend as much as you can, as the servers are very, very expensive. Alright. Prices are above, but the full release will be more. That's understandable. I get it. You know, you have it a little bit cheaper because the game's not complete. Super. You know, thinking about the money thing, you know, these are gonna be live evolving games, and servers cost a lot of money and stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna put my seal of approval on this, but if you want to go to something like a recurring payment, that's cool. I know that can't be for everybody though. Be honest, guys, I'm very well off. I'm a director of infrastructure and architecture at the company that I work for out in New York. I'm good. Some of those pains I don't feel. But at the end of the day, man, you guys need money, just be honest. Don't pull weird shit to your fucking community and piss us off. Just be honest. Monday next week, they will release the release date and the trailer. Woohoo! Monday's the day. Might technically be Monday morning. I'm on the US side. That's awesome. Well, I know this is going to be a short stream, guys. And I really appreciate everybody for joining in for a little while. Got a couple. Oh, Gray Zone Warfare is going to be releasing the date on when the next main step is going to happen. I think this is going to be something open where a lot more people will be able to touch the game. I'm excited. I'm going to sign off now. But I really appreciate everyone for joining in. See, I've got a decent viewer count. To be honest, guys, I don't normally see anything in my views more than about 2 or 3 people watching. But feel free to jump in and chat with me on occasion. But thank y'all very much. I just wanted to review the notes on here today, see if I can get some of the word out. And you know, I was very fortunate that I got a key for Gray Zone Warfare. I had no business getting one. I was just trying to be a cool dude, just like y'all, talking to whatever streamers that were out there. I mean, oh, Cadillac, you're welcome, bro. I felt guilty that I had a key and you guys didn't. The only thing I can say is support your streamers, support your communities. And I appreciate you guys very, very much. See ya.